Good evening. Welcome to the Bedtime Stories. I keep saying the Bedtime Stories. It's not the Bedtime Stories, it's Bedtime Stories. Welcome to Bedtime Stories with the Bedtime Cocktail. This is a show where read the chapter of a book, then I come to you each week with my commentary of what I had just read. So that's how I review the books. And today, this evening, we'll be reviewing chapter 16 of Caught Up Loving a Trill One 4. You'll have information at the end of this video on where you can buy the whole series of the books. I highly suggest you go get the whole series. You can't just get caught up a loving a Trill One 4 and think that you're gonna be in the middle of the story. It's just gonna be like, what? Why are you doing that? Why is this so special? You know what I'm saying? Why is Toy doing this and they doing that? You know what I'm saying? So go get the whole series and then come back and watch the whole series as I've read the series of these Caught Up Loving a Trill One. Okay? Now we're getting closer to the end. We are on chapter 16 and there's 18 chapters and an epilogue. So we got 3 more chapters to read and it's going to be at the end of the book. Can you believe it? Child, it gets interesting. It gets interesting. All I can say is another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Okay. So let's get into before we get into the bedtime stories, I might as well just add the to it because I keep saying before we get into bedtime stories, let's get into these bedtime cocktails. Well, well, well. So we're back again. And guess what? We're coming back and we're coming back with the Jim Beam from the last video I did. We did a old fashioned properly with an orange peel and it blew my mind. I shall never, ever, 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 ever do an old fashioned without the orange peel. It made all the difference. Okay. So tonight we're going to rewind and we're going to do something again. We're going to do the whiskey sour with the egg whites. Surely is, because last time we did a whiskey sour without it. It's not the same. It's not as smooth. But this time right here, we're doing it this time with the egg whites and with the orange peel. Let's see if I blow my own mind making these cocktails correctly. Anyway, let's get into it. So, what we're going to start off with is Jim Beam. We're going to do 2 jiggers of Jim Beam. We're going to put it in the shaker. Smells so sweet. I don't know why I tried to be neat. It is not supposed to be neat when you're bartending. Well, you can be. I like to be. We're gonna put this Jameson over there. We already got our spirit. We're gonna get lime juice. You are supposed to use a lemon juice, but I have lime, and we're gonna use the last of this. We're gonna do 1 jigger of lime juice, or the remaining lime juice. That I need to toss that over there because that bottle is empty. So put that in there. Okay. We're going to I got me an official container for my simple syrup. This is the dark skin simple syrup I have where I made it with a brown sugar. We're going to do 1 jigger of that. It's time for me to make some more simple syrup for my cocktails. Bomb. So this is going to be a dark skin whiskey sour. And then I got 2 egg whites in here from 2 eggs. And the rest I used for my meatloaf that I made. It was good too, child. Uh, so what we're gonna do now is do a dry shake. That means we're gonna do a dry shake without any ice. So just shake it up. We don't try to shake it up too much because it is actually the cold ice that causes it to seal, and it doesn't seal very well when you do it. So just did a light dry shake. Now we're going to add the ice from my, according to Akara glass. Yeah. And shake. Okay. And we're going to take our cocktail glass. There's that that dark skinned whiskey sour. I'm going to call it the dark skinned whiskey sour. And now we're going to take the orange peel of one orange. We're going to express some orange. And then we're just going to put that in there like so. Like that and like so. And you know what I didn't do is I didn't bring any bitter with me to add to it. I'm just going to express some more and just put that in there like that. Can't even see it. Oh well. There you go. Whiskey sour. Dark skin whiskey sour because I use the dark simple syrup. Child, we didn't need no bitters because we had that lime juice. And it's delicious. Once again, my mind has been blown. I've blown my mind once again. Child. I said, maybe we should just have it. I was trying to see a way that I can make it cuter, but it's just not. Get that orange peel right on in there. Dark skin whiskey sour. I did it again. You know, it's amazing what happens when you actually follow the directions. Okay? And you use, ooh, child. Yes, that's that dark skin whiskey sour. Okay, now let's get into chapter 16, child. Now, in chapter 15, we left off with Toy leaving the scene of her burnt down bakery. And she's upset. She had feds asking her questions about a case that they allowed to go cold. Zeus found out that she was pregnant. Dewan found out that nothing was going on at the bakery, but he burnt it down anyway. And Champ was probably realized that, yeah, Dewan. He's on this slippery slope. He's about to get revealed real soon. So we start 16 with Dewan hearing his phone ring and getting up out of the bed and, to answer his phone. He's making sure that Therese is still asleep, at least what he thinks is sleep. That she's still asleep. And so before he answers his phone, because the person calling him is Noah. no good ass. Okay, Noah, good ass. Okay, Noah's no good ass calling him. And so after making sure Therese was asleep, he gets up, goes to the bathroom to answer his phone. He's like, yo, what's up? He said, and Noah, he's greeted with Noah's laughing voice, like, ha ha! Y'all burnt that bitch down to a crisp, didn't y'all? You like, ha ha, you know me. You shouldn't question me, you know? You know I'm gonna handle business. So he was like, yeah. He said, I said, I know they, they kind of have a going back and forth and everything. Zeus, Noah's giving him the lowdown of what he heard from Zeus when he got the call. He said they haven't connected the dots, but they know they know he told them that they know that it was an arson, and so more likely than not, they know who this is coming from. Okay. See, if you haven't watched the other shows or have read this book, basically Noah and Dewan is plotting to get the two teams fighting each other so they can kill off the leader, and Noah and Dewan can take over their respective teams. Okay, and then bring peace because they both feel like they have been gypped for leadership in their both companies. Yeah, we're gonna call it a company. Okay, so so he was telling them what Zeus had told him about what happened there, and there's been some Fed action over there. You know anything about that? Noah is asking Dewan. He said, "No, I have no idea about that. I mean, I do know Champ has a buddy that works in the GBI, but as far as why they were at the site, I don't know." Um, And then Dewan also informed Noah that there was nothing in the spot. There was nothing. We didn't find anything that was linked Toy as still being in the game. Okay, you said, but if they were going to use that place again, I guess, and they won't be now. Okay, hello. So they kind of laughed and about that the whole thing, and then Dewan said like, "Hey, next time, if Toy is really still running the business, she's the main person." Um, and then Noah's kind of giving some like he's just like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever, man." And Dewan kind of sensed his hesitation. He sensed that he has some type of hesitation because he's sighing and humming and hawing. And then Dewan said, "What's wrong?" He was like, "Man, all this stuff just to get them to fight. It seems to me we need to do the direct approach, like I was talking before." Dewan is like, "I don't know about you. Okay, you go ahead and take out Keon if you want to yourself, but I know I'm not going to do that to Champ and Alicia. Okay, I'm not going to do it. I don't believe that I will be even." I'm surprised. He's like, "I'm surprised I gotten this far and they haven't connected the dots that I have something involved with anything that's going on against them as attacks against them. If they find out before they accomplish what they want to accomplish, Dewan is dead and he knows it. He knows he's doing a big gamble, but he's tired of being on the sidelines and being is still just the lieutenant and not the captain of this business. So he says, "Look," Dewan says to no, "Look, I need you to text me next time that Toy, Zeus, and Keon is together. Okay. I need something more because yeah, we burnt down the bakery, but it also led us to a dead end. No proof that they're still working together." He's like, yeah, bet, but why? I said, look, he said, this is it, all this is good, but we found nothing at the bakery, yo. I need something more. I have to do something to speed up the process. And I'm thinking Dewan is trying to mimic what they did with Champ, which knowing them did while Champ is, in the spot and shooting up the spot. He's trying to get hard proof that she's still running the game for Champ. Right now he's looking a little weak because they found nothing at her spot to prove it. And they still haven't figured out where her main spot is. So Dewan is looking a little sketchy. And he needs proof that she's really still running the business. Okay. And Noah resistantly said, "All right, man, all right, because I'm gonna need to speed up this process, and if I need to do something to Toy in order to speed this process up, that's what we gonna do." So he reluctantly said, "Sure, sure, I guess I will. I'll let you know. I mean, since we trying to speed up stuff, I get it." So it's like, fine, bet. So Dewan finally he looks at the time of when he was, got off the phone and realized, I guess it's morning time. I might as well go ahead, get up, go ahead and take a shower while I'm in the bathroom anyway. So so basically, if you're thinking smartly, and it sounds like Dewan is thinking a little, he got some noodles up here, okay, where it's like I'm gonna be in good. It's a time I can't just jump into bed now, so I might as well go ahead and shower, get ready to go, you know, start my day. So he takes a shower, he gets out, and he comes out to Therese getting up. But what he did not know is Therese was awake and he heard all that he was saying, all of his part regarding what, Toy and how they're going to need to make a strike against Toy in order to get this started again. So, Therese started getting her stuff because she's at his place, and he comes out to us like getting ready, getting up and putting on her clothes, getting ready to leave. And he said, "Oh, you leaving?" He said, "Yeah, I gotta leave because I have to go and pick up Tyson Jr. Okay, little Tyson from my mom's because she has stuff that she got to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick him up and start our day. I'll see you next soon, whatever. The next time we decide to hook up or whatever." She kisses him on the left. He's like, "Okay, well, I'll see you later." She was like, "Maybe. We got a lot. We both seem to have a lot on our plates today. So if we gonna do it, we gonna do it." For a minute I was really over here talking like I was talking to somebody else. I was actually visualizing what this scene looks like in my head. And so she goes out to the car. She kind of speed walks, to get to her car. She hops in her car. She rapidly gets to her car and hops into her car. And as she's backing out of his place, she's calling Toy. She's like, "Come on, I'm going to need you to answer this phone, Toy. I know you mad at me. I know you mad at me, but answer this phone. I got news." No such luck. Toy did not answer her phone. And she knew that Toy saw her number and was like, "I don't got nothing to say to you." Now, if I was on the outs, and Charisse understands that she fucked up her relationship with Toy. She understands. She was the one who fucked it up. She really do understand this. But it's like, if you could just put your feelings about me aside long enough for you to listen to what I got to tell you about this news about what's about to happen. But to no avail. Toya, as she expected, did not answer her call. So she's like, if it were me, if I was Therese, Child, I would have left a voicemail and say, look, I know we're not friends and I get it. I'm all good, but girl, I just found out some information that concerns you. They're coming for you. You know, you can hate me later, but today I'm gonna need you to, you know, answer your goddamn phone um so I can give you this information. You can prepare for this attack of you and your business. You know, I would have left some type of voicemail because this is important at this point. That just did not. That just didn't do it. But it's more about the taste and flavor of the drink. Okay, so she didn't get through the toy, and that's the end of that scene. But if she didn't leave a voicemail, Therese didn't leave a voicemail. I'd have left a voicemail. Look, I know what happened to your bakery last night. Like, I know who was responsible. You know, look, I got information about your bakery burning. Just call me. I'd have said something cryptic, but I would have said something that would have made her want to call me and find out what happened. So that's the end of the scene. Now we enter the next scene with Saint going to one of the car dealerships that he owns with his brother. Um, as this is Tuesday morning, this is their time to talk numbers of his legal businesses. Now Saint, much like Saint must be a Capricorn, okay? Because we just don't trust nobody, okay? Cancers claim that they have trust issues. They do. Is that issue is they keep trusting the wrong type of people depending on the type of cancer. They're too trusting. I don't trust nobody, and I get it. And the reason why he doesn't go into business with anyone else or leans on anyone else, and we'll find this out later on in this chapter, in this scene, where it is quite obvious that Saint needs help. Okay, but it's very few people that he trusts to do business, and especially the illegal side of the business. It's hard. The fact is, he really just needs Toy in his life, you know, to help out with some other legal businesses. But he ain't talking about that. So they're going in to talk numbers, and he went in, they was talking numbers, but before they started talking numbers, they was, basically Saint kind of revealed that he's just being pulled in all types of directions. He didn't understand to his younger brother Jabbar. Jabbar's like, well, he's like, I'm just having issues. It's rough right, man, right now. I got a lot going on. And his brother is what's it, Fraser Crane. He's like, I'm listening. We got some time. We don't have to talk numbers first. What's going on, bro? I'm here for you. I'm listening. He was the person. And so he's like, I mean, not Champ. Saint is trying to be very vague because his little brother had no parts of the illegal business that they're in. He said, the author says of Saint that as his thought process is like, he purposely did not want them to be a part of the game. Okay. They all have legit legal businesses or jobs. Saint only went into this drug business and everything with Scar because he needed to be able to provide for his younger siblings. So he went into that business, which allowed him to get them everything they need and most of what they wanted. But, he just never saw that he would be here this day. and it's just a lot for him. So he vaguely lets go that he has a lot going on. Stuff is happening in Atlanta, and something happening in Los Angeles, and I can't be in both places. And his brother's like, bro, you. It seems like you need to start leaning on more people. You need more. You need help. You can't do this all by yourself. And he's like, I know, but I don't trust nobody like that. But I think I'm gonna need to because I got a lot going on. He said, so what's happening in Atlanta that's so important that's going on? It's like, well, I'm trying to see if there's a person that I'm gonna keep in the position because he really is not fitting the position. And then I have this other thing going on with Toy. He said she got a whole thing going on. He was like, Toy, what's going on with Toy? Is everything good? He's like, yeah. Yeah, it's like, I mean, he's concerned and that Jabbar is concerned. He said he's like, hey, so what's going on with Toy? Do we need to do we need to roll up? She need some help? He's like, man, no, everything's good. Everything's good. You didn't let me finish. My girl's pregnant, yo. She pregnant. It's like pregnant. Jabbar is excited. He's like, pregnant. Word? Come on, he leaned in to give his brother five. Go ahead, my nigga. I see you. And then, like, after they do that whole slapping five and congratulations, little bro, um, I'm going too fast. We got to take a pause. Then just rewind. As him and Jabbar was talking about how he's being pulled in so many different directions, he didn't understand how Scar dealt with it, and Jabbar coming to the conclusion that he needs help. He needs to lean more on other people to help him with his other businesses. And his phone rings. He paused and he pulls the phone out of his pocket that he felt vibrating. He looked at the number. Once again, it's the unknown number that his sister Leslie has informed him is really their father trying to get in touch with him. And so he just looked at the phone ringing until it goes to voicemail. And then Jabbar says, was it him? He's like, yeah, man. He said the Jabbar again being the therapist, you should talk to him, man. He already knows. He saved you for last. He already knows that it's gonna be a difficult conversation for y'all to talk. But you should talk. You should listen to him. And he's ready for it. Don't worry about it. He's ready for you to be mad and angry and all that whole thing. But it's going to be a time that you're going to need to do something. Talk to him. He's like, so are you going to talk to him? And Saint was like, yeah, eventually, but just not now. I'm not ready to talk to him. It's like, okay. So, but, I don't want to talk about that. Whatever. Okay. Then he tells Jabbar about Toy being pregnant. Now, before he moved on with it, he does text back the unknown number to say, like, yo, we're going to talk, but just not now. He's basically like, I'm not ready to talk to you right now. So they go back, and then he tells Jabbar about Toy being pregnant. He's excited, but then this is where the final blow, finish him, happens. Okay. Jabbar, after slapping five with his brother and congratulating him on the love of his life being pregnant with his baby, Jabbar looks up and he's like, oh shit. And Saint sees the look on his brother's face and he turns around to figure out why is he looking up and giving the oh shit face. And in the doorway is Desiree, I can't let go ass. Okay. She didn't take the ghosting hint that motherfucker ain't trying to really fucks with you. Move on with your life, B. Standing in the doorway of Jabbar's office. And it's kind of like, hey, Desiree, what you doing here? She kind of, she looks and is like, okay, yeah, whatever. It's just she got that look, but she has that look that maybe she had heard what he said, and she's trying to play it off like I didn't. So it was unreadable at first. So she's like, oh, you said, she was like, hey, I remember that you usually, you've been hard to catch up with. You haven't been answering your calls. Hit flag, bitch. He wasn't answering your calls for a reason. Okay. He wasn't answering your call because he thought he ended this situation, but you still here. You can't catch a hit to save your life. Me either, Ray. Me either. So he's like, Ray, hey, how you doing? What you doing here? I remember that you met with your brother every Tuesday, so I thought I'd stop through so I could see you because I haven't talked to you in a minute. It's like, yeah, Jabbar sensing, reading the room very well, like a professional reader. He's excused himself from his own office so him and Desiree could talk. So Desiree is now looking down at her shoes. So to me, it's kind of clear that she heard what he had to say, what he had said about getting someone pregnant, getting Toya pregnant. I'll keep saying Toy pregnant. And he says so after Jabbar leaves his own office, he being Saint asks Desiree to step into his office, and she kind of hesitantly did it, but it's like Saint knew that he owed her some closure because he did not just straight say, look, it's over. You're a wonderful girl, but you're just not the one that I'm in love with. He wasn't straight with her. He gave her the sort like, I got a lot going on and I just need to breathe a little bit. He gave her hope that they could reconcile once everything calms down in his life. Instead of just straight up saying like, this ain't gonna work. Now, if he would said, this ain't gonna work, we need to end this relationship. You're a good woman, but I'm telling you, it's not gonna work. He didn't have to say he was in love with another woman. Or he could have been, he could have been straight up, look, I still have feelings from a very special woman in my past. And we have recently reconnected and we might be going there. She's the love of my life. I love her. And she's just expressed that she loves me just as much. So, I mean, you can stick around and we can still fuck, but when she comes around, if she opens her heart to me, it's over with you. But she had to find out the true horrible truth because she can't let go Desiree, can't let go Dum Dum, can't let go. So she goes off. She's like, so he's like, I don't know how much of that you heard. She said, I heard enough to know that you done got somebody knocked up. You know what I'm saying? So she goes through her little thing and she's crying and she's upset. She tries to hit him, but Saint's reflexes. I'm saying, I don't care what anybody say, even nor not even the author on this one. Saint is what's homeboy Michael Jai White. His reflexes is amazing. So she tries to go to slap him, and he catches her wrist, and so she's like, "Oh, well then, I got two hands," and he catches that one too. And it's like he tries to hold her, embrace her, like, "Look, I didn't mean to hurt you, girl," and he's trying to hold her. She's like, "Get off me, get off me! We've been living a lie." I thought we had something. We had something, Saint. We had something. Is it that bitch in Atlanta? Oh, she went off. I mean, she says the Atlanta girl. Mm. So let me read what he said, because he was straight. Once it's like, now that it's out there, Saint is a cold piece of work. So she asked him, he says, Desiree fought against his embrace, ultimately freeing herself from his grasp. She shook her head again. She covered her face with both her hands before pulling them away and clapping them together in front of her. When you supposedly went to Atlanta to handle business, and Saint says, "Ain't no supposedly, Ray. I have business out there," he responded firmly. And apparently pussy on standby. Saint shook his head. It wasn't like that, Ray. It wasn't like that with her, or was it wasn't like that with me? She asked, because I thought we had something. I thought you were trying to build towards a future with me. We did. I was. But Desiree's neck rolled and eyes like, and I thought we was. She's giving him all the tude. And he knows he deserves this attitude. So she says, he says, I don't know what you want me to say, Desiree. She's the one. And so Desiree say, the one, the love of your life, your soulmate. And Saint quickly responded with a shrug like, yeah, all those things. All that. He said, I'm sorry, but about how things played out, it wasn't my intent to hurt you. And she said, but you did. No good sucker. And so that kind of is that when I'm not going to finish reading that part with you. So I like, but you did, bitch. So she eventually just left in a huff, swinging the door open and storming out. But she was going to get hurt. Leslie was right. She tried to warn Saint, like, if you don't tell her that who you really in love with or end it, she be collateral damage. And the dust that was bitten by the relationship between Desiree and Saint officially. Desiree now knows that there is not going to be an opportunity for them to get back together, because he finally just admitted to Desiree that Toy is his love of his life, his soulmate, the one. He was never trying to build with you, Desiree. He was actually trying to run from his true emotions that he had for Toy. And you, unfortunately, we know Diana is never going to own up to the fact that she pretty much only hooked you up with her brother so that he could mind his own business and not being hers. Girl, the one you need to be mad at is not Saint, but your girl who purposely hooked you and her brother up, knowing that he had someone very special in Atlanta. And she used you to get him off of her back. But it's clear. Desiree knows now. The brother knows now. So we know the sister knows now that Toy is pregnant. And we also know that Saint knows about the burning down of her business. So my question is, when is he gonna get in town and start handling business? Because he know what this is about. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm interested. I'm wondering, when is Dewan and Noah gonna die? I mean, I'm sorry, will not be living anymore. You know, because they gonna die. I'm just saying, they gonna die. They gonna die. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Is Champ going to apologize when he realizes the whole plot? Are they gonna be like, man, both our camps are trying to pit us against each other? Will Therese ever get through to Toy in time before the Champ crew make a move on her pregnant ass? Mm. And will Champ find out that she's pregnant before Dewan can tell him? And will he try to get her to miscarry? Will he be successful? I'm just saying, a baby for a baby, you know, whatever the situation. Will they figure this out? Will Toy finally listen to Therese? I don't think so. It's going to be a late move, and I feel like Toy is going to. I feel like Toy doesn't answer the calls from Therese. She's gonna find out she's dating the guy from the other team. I'm just saying, and it's not gonna look good for Therese. Just not. But either way, I'm feeling a little tipsy, so I'm gonna get off this line so I can clean up my bartending stance and put things back in to where it's supposed to be. And I will come to you next week with bedtime stories with bedtime cocktail. You all have a good evening. Bye.